And this is Sounds Television.
Right, if you're sat at home watching this and you're already a slow reader, then you can sit back and bask in the reflected glory of being part of this movement. If not...
If you sat there thinking, who are they? And reading about the achievements on your screen, then you're in for a musical treat.
A musical discovery. Not only are they a great band, they're also very stylish. Logos going over there already. We're already at one. First question, up to me. You've achieved so much. What's next?
You take that.
Well, we've applied for a lot of festivals and stuff. I mean, obviously last year was a great year for us. We're going to be touring again some of the venues we played with James, those cities, probably not the same venues. We're probably going to be doing a few festivals. We can't really sort of announce any yet, but and yeah, new releases. We're working on new material, so yeah, it should be a good year. There's lots going on.
Can I pick up on the James thing? Yeah. So for all the cynical, moaning, backstabbing new artists out there and aspiring artists, how much did you pay to get on the James tour?
Nothing. They actually paid us, funnily enough. They'd seen a video that these two did on YouTube, and they played an acoustic song in Central Library, and Jim out of James saw that, and then next thing you know, a few weeks later they got in touch saying would we like to support them, so we said yeah, and then they said right, we'll send you some details through, and then within the details it said, you know, we'll pay you X for each gig, so we would have done it for nothing.
Yeah, and they fed and watered us, and got their crew to help us out and stuff. Like all our gear went on their lorry and stuff, so the normal stuff that it makes it, you know, when you're a band that has day jobs, makes all that, you know, would make a tour very difficult. They made it really, really easy for us. Yeah,
it's just perfect what they did, and they couldn't help us enough. Seriously, anything that we wanted, they'd say, you know, just ask for it, and we didn't ask for anything.
But Jim Glennie was, you know, the first to say that they got help in their early careers as well, and they'd like supported like Jesus and Mary Chain, people like that, Echo and the Bunnymen, I think.
I was going to ask, so when you were out on tour then, because it was a 15-date tour, that wasn't it?
All in all, I think the initial tour was 13 dates, and then there was a few more at the end of the year that we did.
So how do you sort of flip a coin about who's topping and tailing in the digs and all that? Who's the one person? Who's the one that no one wants to share a room with? They fart or snore? Or...
I don't want to share a room with any of them.
Yeah, you go home.
Yeah, he wants his own place, but we're not bothered. We all get on. So, and.
They're not giving anything away.
No. It's the thing is we've slept in worse places than in like an hotel room or in a bed and breakfast or something, and we've been in worse situations, so we don't really care as long as it's in a building.
No, we once slept in a van when we were recording the first album in Surrey, and the curfew for the hotel was 11 o'clock. We'd been to the pub, come back and couldn't get in.
And it was February, wasn't it?
Star jumps
it was freezing.
And that in the foyer type thing.
That was bad.
So being out on the road and finding difficult places to stay and sleep, is that why you all wear black?
I guess it was.
It's just happened, doesn't it?
It kind of fit, and it in the early days, I think. You were in sports gear, and I was in. It was just it was a way to unify us, really, you know, and make it look like we sort of
no shots
on the same page, kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. David, Truckee band. You were a Truckee band?
No.
That's it.
So, Slow Readers Club have been around for 13 years. Jarvis Cocker, he famously said that Pulp didn't change what they did. It's just that people. They changed around them. So do bands like Pulp and Elbow, who've been around for a long time and then done amazing, really, do they sort of give you faith for the future?
I'd say so.
Yeah, I get you. I think for us, Slow Readers Club have been around since 2008, and then Jim and I were in Omerta before that, so that's probably where the 13 years comes from. But I mean, since 2008 is a long time anyway. But I think we've always had faith in what we do, and then especially with the second album, getting 6 music play and all that, and it's been building over a period of time, and then working our way up through venues and stuff, and doing it at DIY has proving all right for us. I mean,
Yeah.
word has eventually spread, and obviously the James thing was a massive help.
Huge.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's certainly going in the right direction. Feels like
Do you
we're
see?
breaking through a bit now.
Sorry to cut you.
Sorry.
See, age as an obstacle.
And I don't know. I think
Being a
you
spring
do.
chicken myself, you know.
Yeah.
I think
you do,
certainly
don't you?
you're conscious of it within like the music industry, but I think we kind of stopped caring about that years ago. We probably stopped caring about that about 3 or 4 years ago, to be honest, because we just carry on trying to do what we do and try and write as good a songs as we can do.
It's not an obstacle.
It's an obstacle in the sense that you can't just go give up your job in Top Band and go and do a 35-day tour. We're not in that position, so it's an obstacle in that regard. But it seems to be. I mean, we try and focus on major cities when we tour, and with the at the end of last year we sold out in Dublin and London and Manchester, and we do all right in Sheffield, and we have cities that we're doing well in. So it's just a case of
being more selective.
being more selective and doing what we can around day jobs at the moment.
Let's go and do anything we want. Which actually probably works in our favour, because I think that's how we have the success. And this year will be a successful as well.
We get better as well, and the music gets
Well, you
better
do.
as we
You
go
sound
on.
great. It's very professional, wonderful music.
Thank
But
you.
Radio play, tours, selling venues out. What's missing? I've got to ask. Is it? Do you need a record deal? Big record deal?
I think a big record deal with a lot of money behind it that would mean we could quit our jobs and pay our mortgages would obviously make a big difference, and it would accelerate the writing process because you'd have more time to spend on it and stuff.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't know whether they exist anymore, though, big record deals. But to get where we are now with no, I'm not saying help. We have had little, people obviously in the background who'll help us out, but with no real help. Big help. Whether having a manager who knows people, or having a label who does this and that. To get where we are now, working full time. Anyone that did get involved with a band, they know that we're not having a laugh sort of thing. We're very serious about the band. It's just that our jobs sort of get in the way of it. But that's life, isn't it? It's just life. We have to deal with it.
Our bosses aren't watching.
I don't really care.
So, wanted to ask you why you label the music indie electro doom pop.
It's just I think we had. It was a reviewer that used the term doom pop, and it seemed to at the time to be a strapline that he could use that was. Before that we've said indie electro just as a genre tag. But I think Gary was saying earlier, like it is probably isn't. Doesn't reflect what we do properly.
So you must change it.
Right, well,
tell us to get stuff. I scribbled this down when you were playing because it was part of the question. And listening to you play, it's shiny, shimmering classic pop. And as soon as you put indie in there, it kind of takes it down to third division, C minus, but could be all right. And the pop does it. Doom's all right because we like goth. We like some classic. Stranglers were a bit doom. Johnny was a bit gloomy. You two are a bit gloomy, Kevin Joe a bit gloomy, but they all made great tunes, great songs, and they're very melodic. And I think the one thing from your music, it's so uplifting and tuneful. So
Thank you.
To take it all the way back from you, if I give a compliment, is then say, as soon as I think indie, and then doom, just say, step up a bit with your marketing. I know you're already doing that.
Those kind of outside comments we welcome them. Do you know what I mean? And I think what you're saying is probably
It's just
right.
people ask for that, don't they? They always ask for information,
No.
and then we've obviously written that, and then I just think it's probably that we've just left it because we've been focusing on other stuff. I know it's not. We should probably focus on that, and we should probably change it.
I think that's it. I think from my perspective, it's probably me that's put that there, if you know what I mean. And it's from my perspective, I'm thinking about it lyrically, and lyrically it is quite sort of downbeat, whereas. Obviously melodically and everything else, it is quite uplifting.
Yeah.
So I'd take your point.
Well, it's dead good. That's all you need to know.
Well, we were chatting earlier, and we used it was maybe the wrong reference for your band, but musically keen. And I know a friend of mine used to think having a Keen album was akin to going to prison. But strip it all away because they're great songs, beautiful songs, and they sold tons. They looked a bit odd. They weren't quite as edgy, which is no disrespect to Keen, but you don't look odd. And you've got that, you've got that edgy but wholesome. This again's coming out wrong, but good-looking tight band who look like a proper unit.
Right.
And with the greatest disrespect to Keane, they didn't, and they had to change that.
Yeah.
But in the process, they sold tons of LPs.
I think we're comfortable being accessible. I think we try. I'm always of the mind that we try and write something that's accessible, that's going to communicate to as many people as possible. For me, you want to, and I think I'd imagine that Keane were of the same mind, or like we're trying to write pop songs essentially, albeit in an indie genre. But I think we do try and write pop music in the sense of Beatles or ABBA or Bee Gees or anybody else. I mean, those are cheesy sort of guilty pleasures for a lot of people, but I admire those. I admire people like Keane or Coldplay or anybody that's sort of gone and done that and been successful on that level.
Is there a door opening with U2 going back 30 years, bringing up Joshua Tree, classic album, lauded, and it's a love and hate thing with U2, but you're coming back, bringing guitar music, brilliant drumming, rocking bass, fantastic vocals.
Yeah.
Okay, back in vocals. You've got a great guitar sound. Your guitar sounds fantastic, beautiful and clear and crystal clear. No, but you've got to say, looks to that. If those references to four guys who look good and make great music, then why can't you be selling out your world tour of a million tickets in 10 minutes? What's stopping you?
We'll see.
I don't know. It's just I think the more our music gets out there to people and the more people listen to it, we do pick up more fans. And I know it's quite obvious, but it happens like on the James gigs, and I don't want to keep going back to it, but on the James gigs, that the band were saying to us, all of them, Tim, Jim, Saul, and the other lads in the band, the reaction they've had from us as a support has been bigger than any other acts they've had with them, and they've had Coldplay have supported them, Radiohead, Stereophonics have supported them, and we were laughing about it. They were sort of saying our sport acts end up being bigger than us, but yeah, they couldn't sort of speak highly of us really well, as high as they did, because they really helped us out, and I don't know what's stopping us. It's just,
I think the fortunate thing with the James tour as well was that we live streamed every set that we did, and that then fed the crowd at the next venue. Sort of had seen it, and obviously James fans were speaking to one another, so you felt in the room though that people knew who you were more so than they would have done had it been completely cold. So, but yeah, it's been. I
think a bigger support, like not bigger. I mean, just like this, if we were to support another band, I don't know, on another level or whatever, we know we pick up fans, and it's just a case of we just need to keep plugging away. There's no sort of killer missing ingredient that would make it huge. Obviously, if a label come in with a load of money and marketing behind it, that would help, but support that. The thing that's at the minute accessible for us is supporting another act who has more fans than we play in front of them.
We're ending on a high. Lego building, slow readers getting bigger and bigger. I can't even think of a metaphor for that. So I won't even try. So, the biggest supports James has ever had. You're the next one. You're going to be bigger than James next 18 months. I hope so.
We'll see.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Very much.
Cheers for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is Sounds Television.